Hello everybody, welcome back. Tinker77 here. Today I'm in a single player FoolCraft world to go over a tutorial on how to automate your fluid cows. I have two here, two fluid cow systems going on. One is casting into a casting basin, the other is casting into ingots. So this is a very easy setup. I use this in my FoolCraft server world and I wanted to show how to make this. So let's get started. To get started, you're going to want to make pens for your cows. Now what I've done is I've gone up 2 blocks. There's 2 blocks here, and then I put a mechanical user on top of the block, okay, facing upwards. And then what I did was just enclose it with 2 high so that the cows can't get out, and I put some cows in. Now the cows take a little bit of time before they're milkable, so that's why I have this kind of set up already, because I think this should be ready to go. Okay, so now what do we do once you have that done? Once you have the mechanical users there and everything set up, what you want to do is first you want to put down a fluid tank. Okay, so we're going to do this on both of these at the same time here. And okay, we'll just do one at a time if I can line it up. You want to put it right underneath there. Okay, so here we go. The fluid tank needs to be configured. What we're going to want to do is the buckets that are milked here will come down, empty out, and go back up to the mechanical user to be used the next time. So it's a flow. It goes down and back. But then we want the fluid to come out the front. So we're going to configure this with using a right click, push and pull up on the top and push on front. So it'll go back and it can go in and out this way, and it can only go out that way, and it should already be always active. Great, that's the first step. Now let's do the bucket mechanism. So there's going to be a bucket going down and back. So we put an item conduit by shift clicking on that piece right there. And if you look, you can see there's an arrow that says pointing inward and an arrow pointing inward. This just tells you the flow. So it's not going to work right now. So what do we want to do? Well, okay, let's right click on this bigger square of the item conduit, and that brings up the control panel to control this thing. Well, we want buckets to go in and out of this top part, so we'll go to in and out. Now you don't have to do anything on insert, but on extract, what do we want to do? We want to extract full buckets. Okay, so you do an item filter and you say I do not want to put in empty buckets. So do not send through empty buckets when you're extracting. So it will only extract out full buckets. I hope that makes sense. Blacklist. Do not allow empty buckets. Then you want to set that always active. Okay. Down here we're going to do similar but sort of opposite. We right click on here. This is also in and out. We don't do anything on insert. You go to extract. We need another item filter, which I don't have enough of. Hold on. I'm going to need a few of these, actually. It's a little slow doing a search. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to go, it's in and out, extract, filter, empty bucket, which means when a bucket's empty, allow, whitelist, allow it to go back out. So if it's full bucket, it just came down in, don't let it go. So now what's going to happen is that this will eventually here milk the cows, bring the fluids down, and bring it back up. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into here. I right clicked on the mechanical user. We're going to say on the upper left hand slot, which is where we're going to put the bucket, and you set this to entity. And if you watch, it may be ready to milk right away, and you'll see it go out. It'll fill, leave, and then come back at empty. Yep, there it went. Now it didn't come back. And why is that? Probably because I forgot something here, which is always active. Yep, and there it is. And so this is molten enderium. Interesting. Okay, so let's do this all again on this side right here, okay? Fluid tank, you go into configure it, you go to configure IO button here with the gear, you make this to push pull on top and push on front. Okay? Item conduit by shift clicking, you go over to the top part, you go to in and out, extract, you put an item filter in, blacklist it, and put a bucket, and say always active. That's easy. You go down to the bottom. So again, it's in and out. Go to the extract portion. You want to allow buckets. Whitelist buckets, always active. And then you go back up to the mechanical user. You say upper left slot only. Put a bucket in and go to entity. And if you did it right, it'll just go right away. There it went. It went out. And there it's back. Okay, and this one is molten dark steel. Okay, so now we've got these fluids coming in here, and this will just keep on going We don't have to do anything else with it. It just automatically, when the cow's ready, it will pull it down. So now what we want to do is, I want to do the casting table version. So here we go. We're going to put down a casting table, and if you've used casting tables, you know you need to put some sort of cast on it. We're going to put the ingot cast. There it is, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up the fluid conduit. Now it's going to take the fluid right away, but we're going to reconfigure it to make sure it's right. But if you shift, right click on it, and you can see, whoa, you know, hey, it's making ingots. Isn't that great? But I want to configure these because this is kind of like a bi-directional. I only want to go one way. So on this big block here, right click, say extract, always active, and you can see it puts a blue arrow pointing in this direction. It means it's supposed to go this way. Then on this right here, you just go into insert, and you can see on the second half is this way, and there you go. Okay, so it's flowing out, okay, and then into here. Now what you can do is you can put down some storage. I'm going to use a storage drawer with 2 drawers, and you can set up item conduits. We can go right here, and this here we're going to say extract, always active. Hey, whenever there's something ready, pull it out. We're going to go over here and into here. And see, this still says extract. The arrow's pointing away, so what we want to do is insert. And you can see it took the item out, and there it goes. As soon as it cools down here to 100%, boom, gone. And there's another one. And you can see it's pulling that into here. So that works really well. Let's try this side over here. Let's put a casting basin, which makes a full block. Again, we're going to do a fluid conduit. You can see it's already filling up. I set the extract, always active. There's the blue arrow. And on this side, I always say insert. Okay. Now you notice it didn't fill up all the way. It says it takes 1,296 MBs of fluid, and we only have 1,000. Oh, but the cow just got milked, and it had enough, and it filled it all the way up. So if it doesn't have enough, it'll just wait, and when it does have enough, it'll fill us up, and the block will cool. So let's get this ready to go here. I'm going to put another conduit on here, and it's going to be extract, always active. So as soon as this gets done being cooled, it will flow into the chest. And the rest of the fluid will fill in. That's in the fluid tank over here. So here we go. It gets done. It cools. It's pulled out automatically. And the fluid here is filling up as much as it can. You can see it's slowly emptied out. This is nothing in here. The pipe has something to see how it's going down. But there's not enough for a block. So it will make the next block when it can. You can see here this is not quite enough for the ingot. But it will be as soon as the next milking comes down in the fluid. Comes into there and makes the ingot. Everything's good. And there we have, looks like we have 6 dark steel ingots and 1 Endurium block. And this will just keep on going forever. See there, they're filled up, and now we're making more ingots. So as long as this chunk is loaded, you should be good to go. Now I've seen where the conduits can be stuck if the chunk gets unloaded, and you have to basically you just break this point right here and replace it, and then everything starts working again. Now the one thing you need to know about fluid cows is there are differences in cows. Mostly, most cows will allow you to do the casting basins and the casting tables, making blocks and ingots. Some cows will only let you do ingots. Some cows will not let you do either of these. For instance, water cows dispense water. You can't make an ingot or a block out of water. It just doesn't work. So you have to be a little bit picky about which ones you use and how you set this up. But as long as you know what the cow is by just doing a test bucket, then you're good to go. That's all there is to it. Hope this helps you in your world automating fluid cows. I am Tinker77. Thank you for joining me for this tutorial. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you have any comments, put them in the comments section. And of course, if you'd like to be notified of any videos I produce, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.